reproduce fast before they succumb, seem more successful at surviving in the world after.
I'm going to call him a green,
Harry whispers. A green? He nods, eyes bright.
'Cause he looks like Emerald Dragon Green from the book. Emma, because that's a brand new secret name, and only we know it.
How do you know it's a he? I smile, thinking about Harry's dragon book and feeling that tug towards make-believe. Harry peers closer at the shield bug.
How do you tell?
Actually, I don't know. Usually male animals are prettier, though, so they can attract females.
He is very pretty. Maybe that's what dragons are, just lots of tiny pretty bugs all together. That would be cool, so dragons are not real, but kind of real in the end.
Yeah, it would, I say, wondering when Harry became this sweet, imaginative little person. Emma opens his wings, a film of grey on the unevenly swollen and oozing lung-like vents underneath, and jumps out into the open air. Gone, one way or another.
Was it the only friend?
Harry whispers gently, peering into the bucket, as if he might rupture tiny insect eardrums with his voice. I try to return his grin, but the make-believe feeling is already seeping out fast. Harry hurries back towards the kitchen, skipping and bouncing off the arm of the sofa on his way, as I shut the window and smooth down the seals.
Did you see, Mummy? I added these when you weren't here.
He points at one of his artworks, stuck to the front of the defunct TV, some old hooped earrings of mine I loved wearing at uni, and foreign coins have been added. They make his collage of gleaming red and yellow leaves look like the insides of an expensive, glossy watch, an artistic autumnal leaf print beneath tiny, perfect cogs. Where did you find them? But I know instantly. He's been in drawers and cupboards I'd rather he left alone. He looks away. I don't want you going through that stuff, Harry. But then I spot a penciled motif repeated across several of the collages. What are those overlapping circles supposed to be? Rain? He shrugs, eyes avoiding mine.
Raindrops on raindrops.
You didn't uncover the windows when it was raining, did you? Go right up to the glass to trace it? I glance at the window, where there are the remains of vague, smudgy circles where rainstorms have hit the other side of the glass.
No, Mummy,
he says, his voice flat, hiding something and throwing me a worried glance as he hurries to wait by the counter. I clutch my forehead. Maybe it's just been a long time since the fear has settled inside me. That unbearable quality of fear, running deep and laced with dread and blind panic that coloured most of that first year, and still threatens to drown me again every now and then. Different to what I think of as healthy fear, with its brief surge of adrenaline and sharpness in a moment of trouble that feels better at helping me act. The fear only saps and overwhelms. I'm not sure why it's there today, growing heavy in my gut, putting me on edge. Trying to focus on the task instead, I haul the bucket back to the kitchen area. The fruits are warm and sticky as I rinse them over the bucket, pouring clean, filtered and boiled water from my flask over and tilting the sieve to carefully inspect the delicate skins for grey residue. The blackberry harvest is late this year. And these, the first early fruits, bitterberries, Harry calls them, are always tart and sharp, almost inedible, and Harry winces with each mouthful. Yet he stuffs them down, one after another, as I pick out clean ones for him. I think back to the first few weeks, when I still had chocolates and cake and actual sugar in the flat, boxes of supplies stashed in the kitchen from the panic spree in the last winter before, and I would go from periods of barely eating to periods of stuffing down mouthful after mouthful, even though I wasn't hungry, even though it didn't make me feel better. Because it tasted good for just a second, and it was filling me up. I squeeze his shoulder again. Sure you've not had enough? He doesn't answer, instead swallowing down more berries without appearing to chew at all. Okay, let's save the rest for tomorrow. I shut the lid on the still dirty ones.
Mummy, I want them.